Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to your 8-card draw. What do I need? Shadow read for this full moon in Virgo to new moon in Aries, March 2023. I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998. We are going to be 25 years old come May 1st. Really excited about that. I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It is available on Kindle. There is a link in the description box. You can preview it for free and see some of the prayers and practices that got me this far, if you would like. And if you're going down to the description box, do check out my Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle. I don't know, it's just my favorite thing ever so far in terms of my work, career, vocation coming together, because it is a members only subscription platform that allows me a lot of creative freedom. It's free from algorithms and logarithms, so if you subscribe, you get what's on the menu every single time. Right now we got seekers, humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, mystics, and gods, goddesses are 8 different levels of subscribers. Gods, goddesses, top tier, they get everything. $3 seekers get the extended readings, all the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube, as well as the daily check-ins, an unlisted YouTube live stream link, so they can chat with me every morning while I'm sitting on the couch with a cup of coffee, usually wearing my bathrobe, talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a little prayer, a little blessing, a little spell, a little something, something to send us on our way. It is my favorite way to start the day, and yeah, I like that it rhymes, actually. It took me a while, but I do like that it rhymes. So we're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. It's really, really wonderful. All of my subscribers, starting with Seeker and up, get the daily check-ins and the extended reads, but we're also doing exclusive workshops there depending on what level you're on, right? Angel stuff for angels, witchcraft for the witches, but the gods and goddesses get everything. So if you're looking for a deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more moi, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, and if you tune to that intuitively, you'll feel what I mean. But for now, just call me Mal. Let's work, shall we? 8-card draws, 1 card from 8 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints really about anything, like a card of the day, right? Except we're doing it for a 2-week period, a waning moon from the full to new in March 2023. Let's have a look-see-duck-see at that astrology, because this is the letting go, the releasing, the shadow work, right? The alchemy from lead to gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. It is heavier, therefore those 3 atoms cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, or released. Symbolically speaking, let's not screw with the economy with screw and turning lead into gold. Our ancestors couldn't figure it out, and if they had, they did. They didn't really tell a lot of people. So that you can move to a more healthier timeline, a more golden timeline than lead. Lead is toxic, it's an insulator, it's heavy. Right? Gold is a conductor and it's healing, right? You don't want lead in your bloodstream, but there is colloidal gold like colloidal silver. I don't have any because I ain't got it like that, but I wouldn't mind a drop or 2 in my coffee. So let's look at this astrology. I think you get where I'm coming from here. We're looking at, now I do it on the clipboard right next to me instead of straining my eyes in front of me. The full moon in Virgo. I am a Virgo. I'm psyched for this. Tomorrow, at the time of this recording, Tuesday, March 7th, 7:40 a.m. So I am doing my magic tonight from 11:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. That is the witching hour, a foot in each day for moi, at least. And when the moon rides at her peak, then ye heart's desire seek Doreen Valiente, which is a Wiccan Read poetic version. But then it's letting go, releasing, transforming, alchemizing, surrendering, forgiving, the F word, to the new moon in Aries. And this is a good one. The new moon in Aries on a Tuesday, March 21st, 1:23 p.m. Eastern. I am in New York. My accent isn't dominant right now. Wait till it comes out later tonight. I go all Long Island when I'm tired. The new moon in Aries on a Tuesday. Let's count the Mars energy, shall we? Mardi, Tuesday, mardi, mercredi, right? The day of Mars. Aries, ruled by Mars, and a new moon, the beginning of the cycle, kind of first house, right? So a lot of initiation on a Tuesday. You can do any kind of magic, any kind of healing, any kind of intention work you want for yourself. So clear the path, right? Clear the field. Do the shadow work. Simple, not easy. To get ready to plant a new moon seed for yourself. And I will have the 5-card draw, which are the the beautiful new two fulls out before that hits. In between those two dates, though, we have got Saturn going into Pisces, which means it's coming out of Aries, same day as the full moon, the 7th. On the 16th of March, Venus is going into Taurus. That is fixed Earth, so it is a square to your fixed air, Aquarius. Oh no, it's your opposite. Sorry, it's not a square, it's opposite, right? Is that right? No, it is a square. I just did math in my head and geometry. Ow. Mercury, Venus and Mercury move relatively quickly through the signs, usually about a month and a half. Retrogrades considered in there. So Mercury goes into Aries on the 19th. Not that big of a deal, but the big one for me is on the 20th, March 20th, a star of vernal equinox, first day of spring. Persephone rises. Can't wait to see her. So you get an idea. No retrogrades going on that I am aware of, at least. So let's get down to business here, shall we? It is a general read. Please take what resonates. Please leave what doesn't. And do consider checking your other signs, particularly if you see repetitions of certain words in the titles, or if you're just sort of like, oh, what's that, right? Go look. Cross-watchers, really important. Cross-watchers are welcome if you understand the role of a cross-watcher the way I read. You will get some sympathy, some empathy, some understanding, some compassion for the Aquarian that you are cross-watching for, which is a beautiful thing. But if you apply some of what hits the table to yourself, you will be shifting from a leaded timeline to a golden timeline, little by little by little. We're not in control of how that happens, but we can play along and do the alchemy. You will not just be doing that for yourself, but you will be assisting your Aquarian you are cross-watching for, as well as the entire Aquarius collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. And that's what unity is. And because we are all one, and honestly, I think Aquarians can get that higher point of view, really ancient as well as quantum, both of that. So I'm psyched to read for you all. I have so many Aquarian friends, and so both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I will do the best that I can to get you the clarity, guidance, grace you need to alchemize your lead to gold, your shadow to light, your pain to peace, your toxic to healthy, your impoverished to prosperous, whatever that means for you in a general read. Shall we? The shift from explanation, my newbies, the shift from explanation to divination happens in a little 2-word spell. Perhaps you'll catch it because I do it a couple of times. So from inspiration, from explanation to divination, there's a lot of energy in the air for this read already. That happens in the still point. Please take a nice deep breath. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards, that's MYSS, and she is a PhD, author of Sacred Contracts, Anatomy of the Spirit, Entering the Castle, and on and on and on. Please, I call upon the beloved pantheons of the divine for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, drawn to this reading. Please, what is the dominant soul power archetype in the 8th chakra, hovering over their heads, sending down the codes to the other chakras, shifting their energy fields, what they attract and what they repel, so they have the choice, the opportunity to no longer delay what cannot be prevented, instead of having to repeat it, coming back another 15 times to planet Earth, because there are other places to go, right? What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering over the heads of the Aquarian and the cross watchers? this full to new March 2023, the Avenger. Love. Okay, now obviously, you know, Avengers assemble. Right, if I had my pick, I would have a Hawkeye, Tony Stark, Thor weekend. Your Thor, not after that weekend. Your real Thor. Written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. All archetypes are neutral. It's a scale of lead to gold, and this is a general read. Feel this as you feel it, because you can also have an archetype for a reason, a season, or your entire lifetime read. Sacred contracts, it's life-changing. The shadow attribute, or the leaded attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. I think we've seen that on planet Earth. It's vengeance, not justice, right? So if you're seeing that in the world, maybe, I don't know, watching TV or something, and it's in you, well, that's holographic reality. You have the opportunity to move this up a notch into gold. The light attribute, desire to balance the scales of justice. Righteousness, which is the opposite of abuse, is right use, right? So I know righteousness can be a tricky word historically. Righteousness on behalf of society and or oneself. Got it? Aries moon on a Tuesday. Very powerful, one of the action family archetypes, 9 different families. This is about how you take action in the world. Different than the masculine family, the yang family. This is like really gender neutral about how you put it out into the world. So, this is hovering over your head, like sending down the codes to all the other chakras. So let's look at the next 4 chakras down. Crown chakra, spiritual. Third eye, mental. Throat chakra, willpower, choices, decisions. And heart chakra, emotional power. So this is where the shadow work begins, because throat chakra minimum, you get to choose whether you delay what cannot be prevented, because you signed the contract, otherwise you wouldn't be in the body that you're in. Bummer. Please take a nice deep breath. Ooh. Still point. Sure, just whip me up into the stratosphere. I'm up for it. As I call upon my beloved goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the east. Please, beloved goddesses of fixed air, 11th house dynamic, humanitarianism, the friendliest signs, but the rebels of the zodiac and ruled by Uranus. So please, what do they need to be aware of, the Aquarians and the Crosswatchers, to alchemize? Heart, third eye crown, the Avenger archetype, this full to new, 10 of Pentacles on the inner. That is a major Virgo thumbs up. Harvest. When it's an earth card on the inside, the element of earth, it is about wisdom. You completed a cycle. Whatever it is that this Avenger does, chances are they have the wisdom inside of them to do it, but will they do it wisely? From experience, like you can, read everything you want, you research everything for filth. But until you put it into action, right, to incarnate the truth. Oh, we're all one. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, right. But what is it like to incarnate that truth and live that way? You have some sort of learned experience in here that often, this is the subconscious, right? The stuff behind our eyes. It's not that you don't know some of the stuff that's in there, but you don't know all of the stuff that's in there. And then under that is the collective unconscious. This is what I mean by, it's not always you spot it, you got it. I'm over that. That's a little too simplistic. But holographic reality being what it is, you could very much be a golden Avenger. Oh, I like that. The Golden Avenger. Definitely Marvel Comics. I don't think DC would dare the copyright infringement. So, I'm a comic book geek back from the 70s on. Let's get the lower 3 chakras, right? Action, the action family archetype. This is the lower 3 chakras, the masculine dynamic. From the outside looking in at yourself, or from the inside looking out at people, places, and things, because lower 3 chakras are about relationships in the physical world, and there's a lot more to that. Anatomy of the Spirit, Caroline Mace. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius. This feels very serious. Powers of the East. Please, one card in clarity for the Aquarian Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Watching this video, drawn to this reading. What do they need to be aware of? Inside out, outside in, yang dynamic, lower three chakras. To alchemize the Avenger in the 8th. With a wisdom harvest on the inner. This full to new, the Lovers. When it's a major arcana card, then when I do a reading like this, it's all 3 chakras. In this case, if it was major arcana in the inner, it would be all 4 of those. So there is a life-changing decision in front of you. The Lovers ain't always about romance. Sorry, that's too keywordy for me. I've been reading tarot since I'm 12. I am 54. Yeah, no, don't look it. Thanks. Oh, a little witchcraft goes a long way. You should see what I do with my coffee every morning. And not a RuPaul, trust me. Although, blessed be Saint RuPaul of the Drag Race. The Lovers here. This is the Mythic Tarot. So this is what essentially started the Trojan War, the wedding of Cadmus and Harmonia. Look it up. They didn't invite the goddess of discord, because who invites Eris to a wedding? You know, she's going to cause some shit. Be the goddess of discord, not the server, the goddess, sorry. They had discord back then? Yeah, I'm sure they were chatting. She got pissed, Eris, took a golden apple, wrote to the most beautiful goddess, and hucked it into the middle of the wedding. Oh, Athena, Aphrodite, and Hera grab for it. Oh, nope. Zeus wouldn't even touch that one of who gets the apple, so they brought Paris. The guy, not the French city. It hadn't been invented yet. The fairest man on earth to choose. And he's like, I need to chew on this for a bit. Each one of them comes to him separately. Athena says, I will give you wisdom. I will give you infinite intelligence. You will be unstoppable. He's like, all right, gotta chew on it, right? Hera says, she's got the globe in her hand. She's like, I will give you power like you have never had before. You will rule this world. You'll be an emperor, and under my guidance you will never fail. He's like, oh, okay, noted. Right, and Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, hanging out in her see-through nightie, shows up and says, I will give you the most beautiful woman on planet Earth as your true love. Guess who he chooses? He chooses Aphrodite, pissing off the other 2. I mean, what a no-win situation. I've been in relationships like that. And, of course, it's Helen of Troy. And on and on and on, right? So, one apple, one bad apple, right? Spoils a whole bunch of myth. Really, well, not to mention Eden. Oh, wow, that was an overlay, sure. This is about the decisions that you have to make in the world, and they are life-changing. It's not just, maybe I'll get, what pizza toppings should I get? That's a choice, right? Well, unless it's anchovies and I ain't eating it. So, you know, to kind of feel that out, lower 3 chakras, I would think your survival intuition and the actions that you take here are life-changing. So, we now have the energetic chakric archetypal skeleton on the table. Let's put some flesh on that, and let's align those chakras with the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra card. I work these regularly. I write down all of the readings that I do from my Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and, you know, if there's a spell indicator, whatever, I'll integrate it in, but then I just do the mantras every day for the 2-week period. So, considering I'm a Pisces moon and they're next, I'm giving you all I got right now, so I'm really ready for that one. Shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. This feels good, though. Still point. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of Action, because what we do, it's not so much about what we do, it's why we do what we do. The what is the caboose, the why is the engine, and we are talking about power when we're talking about archetypes. So please, beloved, Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Aquarius Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers drawn to this video receiving this reading, to alchemize the Avenger in the 8th, harvest in the inner, because they got what they need on the inner, no question, but a life-changing decisions on the outer, this full to new. Embodying my soul, I have a right to be excited. Oh, I know you Aquarians. You might really want to be excited, but then the brain kicks in, right? And then you start, but what if, which is what makes you out-of-the-box thinkers. It's just if it's coming from lead, I mean, I grew up with that. Well, what if a tornado comes by and we end up in a place with a yellow brick road, right? There's no end to that. But yet you have a right to be excited about something. So let's read you from the bookie book. You got the ego, the personality, the soul, and the higher self. Embodying the soul is the, opens right to it. Embodying the soul is the immortal, eternal part of you that experiences all of your lifetimes in a sequential nature from our point of view individually. The higher self experiences all of your lives at once. Ow, right? So your ego may not be thrilled. Your personality is the hero on the journey that has to choose which voice to listen to. So it's okay to be excited. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequency of your own light, specific your own light, your soul, through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. A time-space meets it. That pays bills. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be a part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things seem. And look, no one can really maintain that 24/7, 365. But that mantra, I have a right to be excited. You may not know why, but with that kind of decision on the table, you could be terrified and or excited, and it is a process of alchemy. This mantra is ideal for developing courage, finding your inner voice, and feeling safe in your body, which I think, you know, even if you're a juggernaut, right, just a tower of power, to still feel like in your situation that you are safe because you have such, not just a solid foundation inside of you, the harvest. You have so much gold inside of you. That feels lovely. But are you, are you gonna come in and, you know, do it for justice? Or are you gonna torch the village, right? Your choice. Throat chakra. It always comes down to throat chakra. It always comes down to the throat chakra. Spit, swallow, or chew. Let's move on. The Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. We will also be using her Whispers of Lord Ganesh, remover of obstacles, to deal with those three atoms, or at least give us clues for how y'all can do that. But this is the Voices of the Higher Selves, the Whispers of Love Oracle, and it has romancy kind of cards in it, and often turns the party. So let's see what hits the table. And it's the higher selves of all involved. With the Avenger, there are other people involved. Still point. This feels good. All right, as I call upon the higher selves of all involved. Fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. This just lightened up from those last few. I guess it's embodying the soul and being excited. What is the guidance, grace, the love, the wisdom, and power, the piece of information, inspiration, insight needed by the Aquarian Collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing, Avenger in the eighth, harvest on the inner, lovers on the outer, embodying the soul that's full to new. Love who you are. Oh man, I am getting clairvoyant Brady Bunch Zoom chat of all my Aquarians that are so near and dear to me. Love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person, deserving all of the wonderful things that life has to offer, and I've said that to so many of you. I know who I'm sending this video to for sure. There it is. It's different when it's on cardboard, apparently. So how beautiful is that? Your higher self is like, you've got this. We love you. You deserve to be. You have a right to be excited, and you're deserving all the wonderful things that life has to offer. But to have that kind of dream, you know, whatever that is, in terms of you taking action in this world, You've got the chops. I would say that's a good word for it. A good showbiz word, I think. There, you got the chops on the inside. You got what it takes on the inside: fertility and harvest, the completion of a cycle of wisdom. So you can come from a wise place on this, and it's not a question of you being worthy or not. You're worthy. It's done. Cool. Lovely. I love you. Here we go. Every hero on the hero's journey had some kind of animal, spirit, totem, something or other help going on, because everybody's got spirit animals and totems. I've had a lot of black cats in my life. I have 3 males right now, and I love them. But I've had like quite a number of them, each one in individual spirit animals. And my babies catnate with me over and over and over. They just hang out in the lounge until it's time, and then they find me, right? That's a spirit animal. The totem of the black cat, however, is the sum total of all black cats that is, are, or ever will be. Bit different. Please take a nice deep breath. This is my favorite pantheon. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Aquarius Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, please, beloved ones of the animal kingdom, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, offering them the guidance, the grace, the protection, the support, the love, and the wisdom, and the oracle message to help them alchemize the Avenger in the 8th, harvest in the inner, lovers on the outer, embodying their soul, loving who they are, if that is their choice. This full to new, you got the cat. I knew it was going to happen eventually. That's not intuition. That's just doing what I do every day. The cat intuition. I didn't even remember that was the key word. Intuition. So look, there are 3 different types of intuition according to Carolyn Mays. She's a genius. There is visionary intuition. That's the 8th chakra. That's really Aquarian's domain, right? There's creative intuition, heart, third eye, crown, the laboratory, right? What do I want for dinner tonight? I don't know. I could do that. I could do that. Before it goes down into survival intuition, the lower 3 chakras, navigating through the physical world, spiritual, feminine energy, masculine energy. So, you know, I would say it's on the ground intuition. Solar plexus, your honor code will tell you when you're crossing a boundary you don't want to cross. 2nd chakra, if it feels off, if it goes, the answer is no. If it goes, take a step. Root chakra, fight or flight, you're with me. Let's read this. I am so thrilled for you guys that you got the cat. I am the Archangel of Lyons. Angelo Lyons, but I'm not the only Archangel of Lyons incarnate. I'm just the fun one. Oops, one more. What number is that? Oh, you kids and your fancy fonts with your white fonts on light background. Who designed this thing? No, it's a gorgeous deck. I just can't, because 3s look like 5s nowadays. You kids. You kids in your Photoshop. Where are we? We're almost there. Cat. Of course it didn't come when we wanted it to. Card number 37, cat. Intuition. Use and develop your intuition. Your gut feeling is correct. You are not your mind. You do understand we're explaining this to Aquarians, right? Develop your magical skills further. Introduce more play into your life. Well, the kind of play with Aquarians. They're the freaks of the zodiac. What kind of play is that? I'm not saying on YouTube, but maybe I will on Patreon. I'm going to read you cat magic. I mean, as far as black cat hair goes, man, I could start a whole other industry. Cat magic can be used in a variety of ways, including to increase happiness, curiosity, a sense of play, and lightness, and somewhat paradoxically, when we may be wanting to connect with someone who has passed. Cats are considered guides to the underworld. That's why I'm in black. I have the River Styx Speed Pass, okay? I go back and forth several times a day sometimes, particularly waning moons. Oh, and this new moon in Aries, right? It's going to be, oh crap, dark moon in Pisces 3 days before new moon. Fuck. If you have a cat yourself, it is said that you have the blessings of any goddess who loves cats, so this can only enhance your life. Yeah, it's pretty much all of them, particularly Bastet, who gave us an amazing circle cast decades ago. Look, intuition is key here. It's really the mind. You will talk yourself out of it. Right? Talk yourself out of the violence, but move it into justice, right? And that's what the mantra is there. I have a right to be excited. But you know how people can also be excited to, I don't know, do some damage? Like, that's what we're looking at here. That solid foundation of the Ten of Pentacles inside of you. Do not waste it. Invest it. Invest it in wise action, but do understand you are at a crossroads with the Lovers. And you got it. Ready? You cut the apple in three. Right? The golden apple to make the wisest Athena, most loving Aphrodite, empowered Hera decision you can. And being excited about that higher on the vibrational emotional scale. Loving who you are as you go, which means you're allowed to feel the lead. But do you put it into action? No, trust your gut, your intuition, and, you know, a little feline magic goes a long way. When I date somebody and they're allergic to cats, I'm like, honey, that's strike 1 and 2. Let's remove some obstacles. Let's shift from cats to elephants. Lord Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, as I referred to those 3 atoms between lead and gold. I've cultivated a relationship with Ganesh over many, many years. So please take a nice deep breath. Still point. See, really good transition. As I call to the beloved Lord Ganesh, please, beloved God of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, 1 card in clarity, please. For the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. And cross-watchers watching this video, drawn to this reading, please, what is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle message to help them alchemize the Avenger in the 8th, 10 of Pentacles on the inner, Lovers on the outer, embodying the soul, loving who they are with cat magic intuition, this full to new. Perseverance, juggernauts. No, when you guys get fixated on something, it is true, macro or micro, you persevere. I mean, all of my Aquarians have had hero's journeys. I mean, everybody's taken a hero's journey on some level, reason, or season, or lifetime. But, you know, nice horn. Is that a tusk? Tusk! Why don't you ask him? Great. Stevie next to us. I'm not apologizing for that. Card number 28, perseverance. You are likely to see financial or other tangible rewards for all your hard work. Well, Ganesh's tusk represents hard work in completing the task at hand. There is a legend included in some manuscripts of the Mahabharata about Ganesh breaking his own tusk off to continue writing the Mahabharata epic as Vyasa was dictating it to him. Ganesh's tusk is interpreted as a symbol of sacrifice and strength, oh goodness gracious, and demonstrates that it is important to finish what you start. If you have been working hard, putting extra effort into something, it will definitely be worth all the work. You will see the results and rewards for your labor. You may have been working on something quite challenging and important for the last few months, and this is likely to come to a conclusion soon. Well, that's the 10 of Pentacles on the inner. It's like you nailed it. Over the 2-week period, that will most likely fall into place on the inside. Ganesha is guiding you to not lose faith while you wait for things to come to fruition. Be patient and appreciate the progress you have made so far. If your hard work is not yet paid off as planned, consider that your expectations may need modifying. There are no guarantees. Be grateful. Focus on the present and do what you can with what you have, which with the harvest on the inner, with this life-changing decision, I think you've got this. There will be an ending to a difficult period or financial material struggle. work, right? So do the shadow work. Go with your gut. Don't get too overthinky. But I have to say, loving who you are, as you are, where you are, is better than burning down the village, even when you want to, right? Even when you want to go into the shadow, go into the lead, but you got to feel it to heal it. But this is really going to then clear out your ability to feel what's going on in those lower 3 chakras, to know if someone's lying. Really, I'm getting better and better and better at it. It's like a muscle, right? You just feel it, the second chakra goes, meh. You can even ask, silently ask, am I being lied to? And if it goes, it's yes, right? Then you back up, you back it up. Wow, perseverance. So we've got an Avenger embodying the soul with perseverance, with intuition, something like that. But we got one last card. And it is kind of my favorite of the 8 card draws. It is what made the 7 card draw and 8 card draw The Blessed Bee by Lucy Cavendish. A wonderful book of blessings and prayer, really well written. The artwork is gorge, although I have a lot of fun because they remind me of celebrities, some of the images on here. So I have nicknamed a few. Like the Liam Neeson card is really cute, really hot, nice rack. But we do the blessings for real. I do try and keep the shadow reads light because sometimes it delivers a real blow. So let's see. None of this feels absolutely horrible. The guidance here to love yourself and persevere just sounds wise to me. So the Blessed Bee shows us the gold hidden within the lead, the blessing that's already in play that you can't see, because not even Superman can see through lead. I was wondering when that was going to come back around. Please take a nice deep breath. You know, just for the job you want. Still point. As I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, a delegation from all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please. Though it is a Celtic deck, this is for everybody. Please, 1 card in clarity, beloved pantheons of all pantheons, for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and receiving this reading. What is the gold hidden in the lead? The light at the end of the tunnel, the hidden blessing they're already steeped in. To alchemize, give them a little hope, a little something, something. Alchemizing that Avenger in the 8th, harvest on the inner, lovers on the outer, embodying the soul, loving who they are with intuition and perseverance, because they have a right to be excited. This full to new, a blessing to find your way, which means you don't know your way yet. And that's okay. Who does? It's not being much of an explorer. If somebody's already doesn't, well, that's the difference between a pioneer and an explorer. A pioneer goes where no man has gone before, but let's keep that. No person has gone before. Let's keep that gender neutral. As well as, you know, you can personally explore Chinese cooking, right? Wok cooking, walk away, walk and roll, right? Finding your way. This is about your intuition. And look at her, down on the ground, grounded. Remember, feeling safe in your body while making a life-changing decision, just the biochemistry of the stress and the cortisol and all of that. Stay grounded. Card number 24. I'm going to give you my all on this. I'm going to surrender to the pantheons and let them bless you through me. That's my background. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Pantheons of the divine, please transmit a blessing to find your way. A blessing for when we find ourselves utterly lost and unsure of which way to go at a crossroads, like the lovers by the way. Whichever direction we turn in seems dense and dark as the other. There's no one to show us the way. There is no light with which to see the path. There is no map for where you find yourself. When we find ourselves in that space where we are utterly bereft of where to turn, of what to do, of whom to trust, let this blessing help you find your way once again. You once knew where you were headed. You once knew who you were. You once could trust in that inner compass that would help you turn and walk to the true north of your life. But now, you are lost. You are without direction, and seems only to entangle yourself more with every turn and twist you seek to escape. This blessing will help you still your movement, fixed air, and rekindle the quiet knowing within you once again, intuition. May you surrender to this moment and let yourself be still and quiet a while. May you seek not to move, but to observe and to feel and to come back into connection with yourself. May you feel the reweaving of yourself with yourself. And as you do this, may you be blessed with the sight to pierce the darkness and see what lies ahead. When that moment comes, may you begin to feel your compass stir, turn, and point to a path. May you begin to rediscover who you are, and in that discovery, come to a knowing of what the person you are must do next. May a sense of relaxed and graceful certainty begin to deliver you from this period of vulnerability. Yet let the gifts of understanding and compassion, of the inner knowing which can unite us all, be with you always. For you have been lost. And in the acceptance of that, and in the strange, comforting rest of that, may you now give yourself the space and time to allow your core to speak to you again. For its voice was dulled by the noise of the world and the apparent certainty of knowing who we are. When we lose that, we can finally have the moment in which we can see the soul clearly, without bias and cliche. We find ourselves through the losing of who we thought we were and where we thought we ought to go. May this process of loss, re-enrichment, bring you the blessings of your own self. And before we end this blessing, you have a right to be excited. Persevere. Follow your intuition. Love who you are. That's how you bring this into justice for you and for this world. Blessed be. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. So it is. That was freaking lovely. That was freaking lovely. Did you like it? Hit the thumbs up, like it. You know why? Because it helps other people find the video. That is really the only thing it does anymore. You know, like, subscribe, commenting, all of that stuff. All it does is shift the algorithm so that people on YouTube can find it. But I'm not monetized on YouTube anymore. I am on Patreon. So it gives them the opportunity to find out about Patreon if they want a deeper dive. And if you do want a deeper dive, I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. I love it over there. My subscribers, we keep getting new ones, like $3 ones coming. Glad to have you. You get the daily check-ins and the extendeds. And those extendeds, I've been doing them for years. And on Vimeo, they were selling here and there. But it's nice to know they're being watched because they are timeless reads, all of my extendeds. And we've just got so much cool stuff over there. If you are interested, please don't hesitate. If the guidance takes you there, right, go click the link, come Patreon on Patreon. And since this is a timed, not a timeless read, I will tell you, there's a link in the description box to a video, Booking a Reading with Mal. Explains all you need to know if you want to book a reading for me. But since it's going to be my 25th anniversary, and I have been charging $100 an hour for a reading, individual, party, right, 5 hours, $500. I've done it for 25 years. I'm changing my prices. I don't know exactly what yet, but it's time. So if you want to book me and get me at at this time of this recording price, reach out, book a reading with me, Booking a Reading with Mal. And even if we actually book it for something after May 1st, I will take you at the booking at the time of the booking price, whatever. So thank you so much for watching. I love you. Hang in there. Avenge yourself with justice. Avengers assemble, except I'm wearing a DC shirt. I love you. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed be.